Hello everybody, welcome back to a whoops, that is the wrong slide. Technical difficulties, my bad. But welcome back to the President Hamilton Timeline, episode 10. We're not going to the present, actually. Going to 2005. So we're going through the years of 1986 all the way up to 2005. Starting off with 1986, the House of Representatives impeaches President Bush on 3 charges. They charge him for perjury, obstruction of justice, and abuse of power, all dealing with the Iran-Contra affair. This vote was 254 to 184. He also signs the Goldwater-Nichols Act. And of course, not the House, but the Senate acquits President Bush for all 3 charges, the vote being 45 to 55. Pretty much on party line basis. Going on 1987, there's technically nothing noteworthy, and going to 1988, it is revealed that there is record low unemployment under the Bush administration, as well as Bush signing a bill that would grant the death sentence to drug traffickers, pretty much lighting the fire to the war on drugs. Also, Republican Governor Bruce Babbitt would defeat Federalist Governor Michael Dukakis 335 to 202, Bruce Babbitt being a very controversial Republican. Because many on the Republican side say he's more of a Federalist than he is a Republican, though he was still able to win the nomination. Going in 1989, President Babbitt would sign a bill banning the importation of assault weapons, which would be very unpopular to the Republicans, as well as signing a bill called the Financial Institutes Reform, Recovery, and Enforcement Act of 1989. President Babbitt would also sign the Americans with Disabilities Act. Note, the invasion of Panama doesn't occur, taxes are not raised, resulting in no sort of recession, as well as the Gulf War not occurring. Going on to 1991, there is nothing noteworthy. 1992, we have the 1992 election, where Federalists nominate Arkansas Governor Bill Clinton. And he will go on to lose to President Babbitt, 301 to 237. So Bruce Babbitt goes on to serve another 4 years as president. 1993, the Iraq disarmament crisis begins. 1994, there's nothing noteworthy. In 1995, President Babbitt would institute tax cuts. There would also be the Oklahoma City bombing, and President Babbitt would sign the National Highway System Designation Act of 1995. Going on to the 1996 election, the Federalists would nominate Kansas Senator Bob Dole. Pretty much, he's chosen kind of like for the same reason Joe Biden was chosen as president in 2020, pretty much saying, hey, he was our top choice all along. And Republicans nominate the Commerce Secretary under the Babbitt administration, Ross Perot, though he's only been Commerce Secretary for about 7 months up to this point, so he doesn't have that much government experience. And this map is very funky, but trust me on this one. And Ross Perot would be a very controversial figure. We would actually see the political divide we see today start here. So instead of it happening in 2000, it happens 4 years earlier. So the political divide actually starts here. Going to 1997, there's nothing noteworthy. In 1998, the late 90s recession does begin, as the United States typically does go through a recession every once in a while. So this occurs. 1999, President Dole would sign the Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty, so the United States wouldn't test nuclear weapons. And we have the 2000 election. Republicans nominate former Commerce Secretary Ross Perot yet again. This time, due to the recession, he defeats Bob Dole, winning multiple states that he didn't before, including Oklahoma and Minnesota, and I think Illinois, Missouri, and I think New Hampshire, but I could be wrong. And he becomes the 37th president, so he defeats Bob Dole. 2001, the late 90s recession ends. We would also see 9/11, since the Iran-Contra affair does happen still, and the War on Terror begins, but no, the Afghanistan War doesn't occur. In 2002, Osama bin Laden would be assassinated, and President Perot would sign the No Child Left Behind Act. Osama would be assassinated a lot earlier in this timeline, as Ross Perot would be a lot more effective as a leader than Bush was. And so President Perot would sign the No Child Left Behind Act. It would be a more populist version of what we got in real life. I wouldn't know what that would entail. Probably school choice would be added to that. I'll just let you imagine what a more populist version of the No Child Left Behind Act would be. In 2003, we would have the War on Terror would end, as well as the Iraq disarmament crisis. So Ross Perot is a pretty popular president, a pretty good president. 2004, going on to Federalists nominate Massachusetts Senator John Kerry. I don't know why that says John Kennedy. Amazing. But Ross Perot would defeat him in a landslide because of him being so popular and doing so well with the war. In 2005, after Kim Jong-il announces that North Korea possesses nuclear weapons due to hostilities to the United States, Ross Perot actually calls up Kim Jong-un or Kim Jong-il to try to lower those hostile feelings towards one another so that the United States and the North Korea actually have a better relationship going forward than what we do now. And thank you guys so much for watching. The next episode will be the finale. Don't forget to go follow my Twitter, @CaticPolitics. This is the Catic One saying, peace.